Hello, everyone out there in Rumble X and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And yes, we're going to talk some more about Mamma Mia, all right? This movie that you like so much. Actually, I don't think you like it. I don't think you like it. I don't know too many people that like this movie. I mean, it sure has its fans. Maybe people that I don't like hang out with like this movie. But it exists, so I'm going to review it. I kind of feel bad that I decided to review the movie before I'd ever seen it. But now that I've sat through this this thing here, I have to do what I said I was going to do. I'm going to review the damn movie. That's what I'm going to do. All right. I'll try not to lose my temper. Okay. But this movie is not very good. Okay. And that's being very, very generous. Okay. The movie is not very good at all. All right. I did not enjoy myself watching this movie. I thought it was very dumb. Too many plot holes. And the biggest problem I have is the same problem I had when I reviewed every episode of Sex and the City. Okay? There's no men in this movie. There's males in this movie. There's no men in this movie. All right? There's no one that acts like a man in this movie. Every male character is very passive, gets walked on, has no agency, no authority, can't make decisions on their own. Responds to everything emotionally the way a woman would, or the way women typically do. Okay, has everything to do with their feelings and nothing to do with their logic. All right, it's bad enough that all the women in this movie are portrayed that way as well. But when you portray the men that way, also, it's they realize that there's nobody in this movie with any logic. Every single thing in this movie is based on people acting upon their feelings, with no thoughts of any repercussions or consequences towards their actions, or the possibilities that you might actually make things worse by doing what you feel like doing. Okay, I would love to live in a world where we all just do what we feel like doing at any time, but it doesn't work that way. Not in real life. Okay, but in this movie, it does work that way. There are no repercussions. Okay, nobody gets upset at finding out that they have a daughter for the past 20 years that they did not know about. Nobody gets mad at the mom for keeping that secret. The daughter, Sophie, doesn't even really chastise her mom very much over that. You would think that she would have done that a long time ago, but no, she doesn't. Okay? If for some reason it's an epiphany to Donna that her daughter might actually be upset that she never knew who her dad was. Okay, that her mom never told her who her dad was. Her mom doesn't even know who the dad is, okay? But she never tried to contact the three men to tell them, not even for financial reasons, okay? Despite the fact that she complains about money, okay? And in fact, the scene we're about to talk to right now is one such scene, okay? Now, when we left off in the last video here, they were singing Money, Money, okay? And Donna sings it and dances about how terrible her life is. She says this to her girlfriends, who are not really girls anymore. They're old ladies now. Donna is played by a 59-year-old Meryl Streep, okay? And her 58-year-old and 56-year-old friends are also there. And they're visiting her on the island. Okay, so I guess they've been friends a long time, okay? And they just now showed up for Donna's daughter's wedding. And they show up on the island. Of course, they want to reminisce about the old times when they were young and having sex with all these different people, and they try to act that way too. But it's kind of pathetic because, these are the Golden Girls, okay? The one girl, Rose, looks just like Sophia did, like Estelle Getty did on the Golden Girls, only with a little bit darker hair, okay? And to see a woman like that prancing around like she's some young, hot Instagram model is just disgusting, okay? It makes no sense. And then you got the other friend, Tanya, who also is in her late 50s, but acts like she's some sort of supermodel hot goddess. She's been married multiple times, okay? No kids. She's a big, they're all alcoholics. They all get drunk the entire time they're there, okay? They can't get away from the damn martini glass, okay? And smoking cigarettes and all that kind of stuff. And so they're there, and of course, Donna is complaining. Donna's dressed in dungarees and stuff, because she's the handyman at her own villa. Okay, she has to do all the repair work. She has to fix the windows. She has to fix the cracked concrete. She has to fix the toilets that don't work. She has to change all the light bulbs, okay? Despite the fact that she has multiple employees that don't do any of that stuff. I guess all they do is clean the rooms and bartend the guests, okay? But she can't get anybody else to do all the fix-it stuff, okay? She's got to do it herself, despite the fact that she's the owner, okay? I don't buy that at all, okay? And she complains about money. She's been running this villa that she owns by herself for the past 15 years. I mean, her daughter helps her out, you know. She does not want her daughter to leave. She actually does not want her daughter to marry this guy, Sky Ryman, who is homosexual. Okay, she does not want him to. He's working on developing her website. Okay, that's how he met her daughter. She's afraid that her daughter is going to marry this guy and run away with him. Okay, actually leave the island and go somewhere else, and she can't have that. She wants her daughter to be as miserable as she is. Okay, well, you know, Meryl Streep's character is miserable because she in her youth she was a slut, and by youth I mean 37 years old. Not very young, is it? Okay, but if you do the math, that's how old she was when she was impregnated by these three men at around the same time, the summer of '79. She was having sex with Sam and Bill in July, and then she had sex with Harry in August, and then she got pregnant. So who knows which one of these three men are the actual biological father? It doesn't really matter, and we never find out. But the point is that now she's been punishing herself by working by herself, okay, you know, with no extra money. Okay, so she fantasizes and complains to her girlfriends how she wished she had money. And we see her have this dream sequence where she's on a yacht in a dress. The wind's blowing on her. Her girlfriends are there, also wealthy. And I'm pretty sure they are. Okay, but they're not going to help her out. Okay, and of course, all the servants on the yacht work for her. Okay, they're all catering to her needs and her friends' needs. They're giving her back massages, you know, and fingering her pussy, and all because no one's fingered it in 20 fucking years, you know. And all that's going on here. These are her fantasies, okay, because she hates her life. She takes absolutely no responsibility for her own decisions. The fact that she could have got that all of these men that possibly could have impregnated her in 1979 are all wealthy professionals now, with apparently nothing going on in their lives except to get on a fucking plane and show up to this island to see her again. Okay, they've got no wives, they've got no kids that they're still taking care of, no girlfriends, no friends, no job responsibilities, no personal responsibilities. They're all just sitting around for the past 20 years in their boat or in their limousine or in their architecture office, okay, with their thumb up their ass, waiting for someone to send them a letter telling them to get up and come to Greece so that they can see their old fuck buddy. All right, and that's what they do. In fact, they do it so well they were all arrived at the same time, despite the fact that they're all located in different parts of the world and would have received those letters at different times. And none of them decide to call Donna to find out what the hell's going on with this wedding. Why are you writing to me after 20 years? Why are you telling me that I have a daughter? Okay, right now? Okay, why didn't you tell me that before? Oh, are you lying to me? Are you trying to shake me down for some money? Well, if she'd been honest and she had actually tracked down who the biological father was, because yes, there was DNA testing in the 80s and the 90s. She could have easily done that. She did not. Okay, therefore she never even tried to find out which one of these men was the real father. Therefore, she never tried to get any sort of child support to help raise her daughter, much less a fucking parental visitations. Nothing like that. Okay, she raised her daughter by herself with no man around on a freaking Greek island, despite the fact that her daughter speaks with an American accent, but yet her best friends have British accents. Go figure. Anyway, so moving right along, she fantasized about being rich on a yacht, blah, 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 the other fucking stuff. Just stuff a fucking vibrator on it and call it a day. All right, so anyway, the men finally arrive at the island. They spent most of the movie on a boat, on Bill's boat. Yes, he has a boat. He's a travel author. He also has a motorcycle. We saw him do that. He has no responsibilities despite the fact that he's 57 years old. He doesn't really do anything except travel the world on his boat, live like a fucking hippie, smoke drugs, and ride his motorcycle. All right? So the men arrive, okay. Donna never stops working the entire time they're there, okay. And she asks her girlfriends just get drunk. Her girlfriends just get drunk while Donna's over here fixing the window, replacing light bulbs, letting her know that the toilets don't fucking work, and complaining about her terrible life. Okay, that she created for herself, okay? Her girlfriends just sit there, get drunk, and reminisce about when they were young and hot, like, back like in the 1800s. Okay, anyway, and so does she. She decides to give up working and just get drunk with them as well, okay? Sophie meets the three men, finally, okay? Now, the three men never once ask each other when they meet each other, why the fuck are you all going to the same island I'm going to? Okay, why are all of you going to the same wedding that I'm going to? Why are all of you got a letter from Donna saying that we have a daughter with her. Okay, like none of them even consider the possibility that they're all going there because they all fuck the same woman. Okay, and that they all might be the potential fathers of this girl. None of them even, that idea never crosses any of their minds. They never even talk about it. Now, me as a middle-aged man, if I showed up on a boat with 2 other men that were around my age, okay, and we all started talking, we all realized that the reason we're going to the same place because we all fucked the same girl, do you think that we would talk about it on the way over there? Fuck yes, we would. But these men, it never even occurs to them. You know why? Because they're not men, they're women. All right, so anyway, so that's going on here. The men arrive. Donna never stops working. Her and her girlfriends get drunk. Sophie meets the 3 men. It turns out that Bill, yes, 57-year-old Bill, had a great aunt that used to live on this island named Sophia. Okay, so he noticed the similarities between Sophie's name and Sophia's name. Sophia is the English version of Sophie is the English version of Sophia. So he's got, oh, well, I had an aunt here that, a great aunt here that had that name. All right, so he recognizes that. Okay, and so clearly Sophie was named after this great aunt of Bill's great aunt that lived on the island. This will come back later. All right. And anyway, so she decides, they ask where are we going to stay? Where's our room? We don't give a shit the fact that we're all here for the same reason, that we all might have fucked the same girl. We're not going to question that. But we do want to know what room we're going to stay in while we're here. And she says, actually, I found a goat barn and you can stay in the attic. And she shows them where it is, okay? And it's a shitty place. Okay, there's mattresses on the floor, and this is no bathroom, no privacy, nothing like that. And that's where they're going to sleep, okay? Now, normally, men who are multimillionaires and successful at what they're doing and go to this Greek villa, they'd want to know, what the fuck, I'm not sleeping in here. Okay, show me a real room. Okay, but that doesn't happen. None of them even think that. They're just like, oh, okay, I guess, And Sophie does not explain that. Okay, she hides them in the attic. Meanwhile, Donna's girlfriends offer her money, and ask her if she's getting fucked by anyone on the island. Okay, well, of course, she turns down the money. Okay, and then she says no, she's not fucking anyone at the island. She's basically celibate now. Not because she's too busy working and raising her daughter and having to fix everything on the island. It's because she's fucking ugly. All right, no guy wants her. All right, I mean, she's 59 years old, for Christ's sake. All right. Not the best time to be going on dating apps. All right. And Donna says that she's so glad that part of her life is over. So she acknowledges that she was a whore back in the day, back when she was dumb and young and fucking all these different cocks and getting filled out like an application while riding the cock carousel. She admits that in her youth, she used to act that way and party that way. Okay. And by youth, I mean when she was 37 years old. All right. So that's going on here, okay? But she's happy that part of her life is over, and she doesn't miss it at all, okay? Because I guess she's got a fucking vibrator. All right. Meanwhile, Sophie admits to sending the 3 men, the letters, okay? Apparently, they don't know that Sophie might be their daughter. It never occurs to them, okay? Despite the fact that DNA testing has existed since the 1980s. Now, it was more expensive in the 1980s and 90s, but any woman who owns a villa could easily afford, okay? Plus, these guys are multimillionaires. They could have fucking paid for the DNA test themselves, okay? It wouldn't have been difficult, all right? This isn't the fucking 1800s. All right, anyway, then why the fuck would they show up, okay? It makes no fucking sense, okay? They don't know that Sophie might be their daughter, okay? They don't know that they all fucked the same woman, Donna. They don't know any of this. So anybody who doesn't know this shit, why the fuck would they even show up at this fucking island? Why would they spend thousands of dollars to buy plane tickets? Granted, the money isn't going to hurt them or nothing, but why would they spend all this money to go to Greece? To go to a secluded island in Greece to see an old fuck buddy, okay? And to go to her old fuck buddy's daughter's wedding. Why would they agree to that? Wouldn't they at least make a phone call? Why do I have to be there? Why are you writing me this letter? It's been 20 years. Nobody even thinks of that shit. They just go off of what fucking Sophie, a girl that they just fucking met. And she makes them swear to secrecy. She acknowledges that they all used to date Donna, despite the fact that the men have not acknowledged that to each other. And she expects them to keep it a secret that they're there. All right? So Sophie thinks that they all arrived because they still loved her mom. Okay? How the fuck would she know something like that? How would she assume that these men who are successful millionaires, and she knows this because she knew where they were living and she wrote to all of them, how would she automatically assume that they're lonely and they're not married and they don't have kids of their own and they're not happy with their own fucking lives right now and that they don't want to be interrupted with this bullshit, faux paternity test shit? Okay? There's no way that she could fucking know that. All right? But apparently she did know that. Okay, she managed to get them to all show up at the exact same time because they're still in love with her mom. Are you out of your fucking mind? What kind of a man is still in love with a woman and does not move on his life after 20 fucking something years? Okay? You know, I forgot. Gay people made this fucking movie. That's why. Feminists who think that men spend their whole fucking lives with their thumb up their ass and their dick in their fucking hand crying about a girl that fucking brushed them off 20 fucking years ago. Are you out of your fucking mind? Oh, and gay guys, yeah. So Sophie thinks that they're right because of that bullshit. Now Sam admits that he has 2 sons, okay? So he didn't just fucking sit on his ass. He actually, got married and got a girl pregnant. I guess he's not with her anymore. And her sons are grown. They've already moved out. So they would have to be like 18 years old or 19 years old, okay? So he actually did something with his life. But at the moment, right now, he ain't doing shit with his life. Other than designing skyscrapers, he's still jerking off every night to fucking gay porn, all right? Anyway, she makes them all promise to not tell anyone that she's the one that invited them all there. And of course, because they have no animosity towards her, because they're not mad at her for lying to them and tricking them to show up on this island, despite their history with her mom, with Sophie's mom, they all just agreed to like, okay, yeah, you're a nice girl. We'll just do whatever the fuck you say for the rest of the fucking movie. I did say there's no men in this movie, right? Anyway, Donna hears the men upstairs after Sophie has left. So she peeks through the attic entrance there, and she looks at Harry, okay? But she doesn't see Harry. She doesn't see Pierce Bronson, okay, the way we see him. What she sees is, she sees Harry, I'm sorry, not Pierce Bronson, Colin Cuckfirth. Why do I call him Colin Cuckfirth? Because in every single movie he's in, his girlfriend or his wife cheats on him. And not just the movies, in real life too. All right? Look it up. All right? So she sees Harry, played by Colin Cuckfirth, and she doesn't see him as he actually looks as a 48-year-old, because he was 48 when he filmed the scene. Okay, or he might have been 47. Okay, what she sees is a punk rocker from 1979. The spiky hair, the leather jacket, think Sex Pistols, Sid Vicious, what's his name, Iggy Pop, that kind of thing, CBGBs. Think CBGBs from like 1981 or 1980. Okay, so that's what she sees. She sees a 40-year-old man dressed like a 19-year-old punk rocker. Okay, that's what she sees. Okay, and she remembers Harry, and then she notices the knees, the bare knees that have tattoos of eyelids, like of eyes on the knees, okay? Well, apparently, Bill had those tattoos back in 1979 when he was a young man. And by young man, I mean he was 36 years old, okay? When she was fucking him that summer of 79, okay? He had the same tattoos back then, all right? Okay, so she recognizes that as Bill, but she doesn't see Bill as we see Bill, as an over-the-hill fucking hippie with short hair. She sees Bill as a fucking hippie in a fucking surfing Hawaiian shirt and long blonde wig. Okay, despite the fact that he's fucking 57 years old underneath the wig. Okay. A beach bum, basically, is what she sees, okay? And then she sees Sam, Pierce Bronson's character, okay? But she doesn't see fucking an old Remington Steele. She doesn't see a fucking old James Bond. What she sees is a fucking hippie, okay? We're talking John Lennon, okay? Bandana around his head, fucking long hair, the porn star mustache, okay? The joint in his fucking mouth, okay? Peace and love and all that kind of fucking shit. Okay, from Woodstock of 1969, okay? But the problem is that he's fucking 55 years old and he's dressed like that, okay? So she sees a fucking hippie, okay? And if you knew your goddamn math If you knew your goddamn timetable, the hippies were from 1965 to 1970, okay? In 1970, she was not fucking Pierce Bronson. She didn't fuck him till 1979. There were no fucking hippies in 1979. So why would she remember him as a fucking hippie? Okay, 1979 was the era of fucking disco. Not Woodstock. And he would have been 34 years old when he fucked her. Not some 19-year-old fucker protesting the Vietnam War. And listening to the fucking Beatles. Okay? No. But that's what she sees. Harry is... Now, with Harry, it's accurate, okay? Because punk was a thing in 1979. If you know your punk history, punk was actually invented in the United States, Iggy Pop, but he couldn't sell any records doing that here. So he went to the UK and it blew up over in the UK. So when it blew up in the UK, then it came back to America. Okay, but it was founded by an American, Iggy Pop. All right? And then next thing you know, you got Blondie, CBGBs and Sting and all that other stuff happened, okay? That was later, but it was founded in America. But in 1979, punk was the new thing. Okay, it was killing disco. All right? Things like I said, think CBGBs. Okay, that was a punk bar. Okay, where they performed live, like Blondie performed there, Sting and the Police performed there. Okay, Ramones performed there. All right. Anyway, but Bill, Bill on the other hand would have been 37 when he fucked Donna in the summer of '79. Okay, so why would he be a fucking surfer dude? What kind of a surfer dude with long hair is 37 years old? Yeah. Okay. And then Sam was 34 years old. Why would a 34-year-old be a fucking hippie? Okay, there were no hippies in 1979. All right. Now Donna is shocked. Okay, so she starts to singing and dancing. Now the men don't see this. She peeks at the men, sees their younger versions that's played by their older selves, comes back downstairs and starts shitting herself that her old fuck buddies are all here at the same time, and she doesn't understand why. What do they all have in common, you bitch? Why do you think they're there? Okay? So she starts singing Mamma Mia, the theme of the title of this fucking movie, okay? And I'm just like, dude, Meryl Streep cannot fucking sing worth a goddamn thing. Like, oh my God, dude, I can sing Mamma Mia better than her. Okay, I'm not going to because I'm not going to put you through that. But it's even worse listening to her sing it, okay? She's not a fucking singer. Meryl Streep is not a fucking singer. She's an actress, not a singer. And the whole time she's singing Mamma Mia, I'm just like, please just fucking stop. Just stop. She's dancing and she's singing on the roof of the villa. And of course, the men don't hear it. Okay, she falls in on them, however. And of course, when she falls through the ceiling, she just happens to fall on a mattress that happened to be on the floor. That's why she's not hurt. By falling a whole story on her ass, okay? Very convenient, okay? And then of course, they're still attracted to her. All the men are still fucking attracted to her, okay? They're still in love with her 59-year-old ass. The thought that any man out there might actually fall in love or even be attracted to another woman other than the main character of a fucking rom-com is insane. Okay? It's like silver to a fucking werewolf for these fucking bitches and gay guys that make these fucking movies. Every single time you make a fucking rom-com, any sort of a fucking chick flick movie at all, the woman is always a precious fucking commodity that cannot be easily replaced. The men can be replaced, the woman cannot. You treat these fucking women like they're all one in a million. But when you go out to the fucking real world, these same women are one of a million. It's bad enough that one man would waste his whole fucking 20 years of his fucking life pining over a girl that he fucked 20 years ago. But to have 3 men that way too? Who the fuck do you think you are? Sydney Sweeney? You're not. You're not. You're an old fucking 59-year-old fucking hag. All the men arrived in a hurry. They all rushed to the fucking island once they got the letter. Because Donna's daughter was getting married? If they didn't know that that was their daughter, why would they fucking go to their ex-fuck buddy's daughter's wedding? Why would they go to that? Why would they fucking get in a hurry to fly over there as fast as fucking possible? Why? Well, the reason the movie gives you is because they all still love Donna. Oh. None of them moved on with their lives. None of them called or wrote letters to her or anything like that. And email was a thing in 2000. They could have sent her an email. No, nothing. So Donna starts questioning them. They never met before. These three men have never met each other before. And they give a bullshit excuse why they're there, okay? Because remember, like 2 minutes ago, they did promise Sophie they wouldn't tell Donna why they were there or that they were even there, okay? So they come up with a bullshit excuse. She kicks them out of the villa. She says, get the fuck out. There's a local girl is getting married here. And I'm busy with that, so I don't have time to talk with you or see you or anything like that. You need just like however you got here, just leave the same way, and I don't want you here, and that kind of thing, right? She kicks them out without revealing that her daughter's getting married, okay? So that's going on here, all right? And then she fucking just abandons them there, okay? And luckily, Bill does tell her, oh, well, I got a boat. He said, okay, well, then you know what? You all three, you just get on Bill's boat and get the fuck out of here. Okay, that's what she says, right? And before I lose my shit, I'm going to stop my review right here, okay? But I will be back to continue my review. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.